Hey everyone, it's Sal, and today on my small kitchen, we're going to be making French bread. So the things you need are 3 cups of flour, 1 3/4 cup of warm water, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 2 1/4 teaspoon of dry active yeast or 1 packet of dry active yeast, some oil, a baking sheet lined with either foil or parchment paper, and a mixing bowl, but I do not have a mixing bowl right now, so I'll be using that medium sauce pot. So the first thing you're going to want to do is in your mixing bowl, or in my case the sauce pot, I'm going to be adding in a little bit of the warm water, probably about half of it, and the yeast. I'm just going to mix the water and the yeast until it dissolves a little bit. Once it starts to dissolve, you're going to add in the rest of the water, the salt, and the flour. And you're going to mix everything together until it has combined into a ball of dough. If it starts getting too hard to use the spoon, you can stop using the spoon and start using your hands. I think I'm going to start using my hands right about now. Make sure your hands are clean too, so wash them before you use your hands. So once you're done mixing all of it together, it should look a little something like this. It should be a little sticky, but not too sticky. Mine actually did become a little too sticky, so I had to add more flour to it. So I added about maybe half a cup, 3/4 of a cup, because it was getting too sticky. So I just mixed in more flour. So once it is done, you're going to flour a work surface, lightly floured, and you're going to start kneading it for about 5 minutes. So once you're done kneading the dough, it should look a little bit softer, like this, softer and smoother. So once you're done with that, in your bowl, in a clean dry bowl, you're going to add in some oil, just a little bit, just cover the bottom and the edges, and you're gonna put the dough in here, cover the dough all up in oil, and then if you're using a bowl, you're gonna cover it with plastic wrap, a damp towel, but since I have a sauce pot, I'll just put the lid on top, and you're gonna let this rise for about an hour or until it doubles in size. So once your dough is done rising, it should look a little something like this. So once it's done rising, you're going to punch right down to release all the air. And then you're gonna get the dough out and sprinkle a little bit of flour onto your work surface. Just gonna flatten it a bit and cut it in half. This makes about 2 French breads. That looks about half. Just gonna put this one away. Just gonna flatten it a bit. Then, once you're done flattening it, make sure it's a rectangle too, because we're going to roll it up. So you're gonna start off with the smallest end. This part, this part's about the smallest. Just gonna roll it up tightly. then with the seam at the bottom, just gonna pitch it all the way through so that it seals, and also the ends. Just gonna pinch this side down that way, like that. Okay, and then you're gonna put it on your baking sheet, seam side down. Bring the page over. So you're gonna put it seam side down, like that. And you're gonna do the same thing with the other half of the dough, and you're gonna let this rise for about half an hour to an hour. So after you let your dough rise for the second time, the next step to do is cut slips into them. So with a sharp paring knife or a sharp blade, you're gonna make some diagonal slashes across on the bread. So let's see. You can either make about 3 or 4 of them. And the reason why we slit them is because when it bakes, it creates air bubbles inside. So having slits open like that, the bubbles will release out from the top so that you won't get like holes in the middle of your bread. I'll just make 2 more. Right here. That should be good. And if you don't want to do slits like that also, another fun way is to use scissors and to make what's called like an epi. So it looks like a wheat stalk. So what you do is just cut the end like that, move it to the side. You just keep doing that and moving it the other way. Like that. So you just alternate over and over. That way. I think it's a little too big for it. It'd be better if it was like a little skinnier, but it'll do. So once you're done slitting and cutting up your dough, you're gonna want to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about half an hour, which I did forget to mention when you're laying your dough rise for the second time. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And also at the bottom of the oven, you're gonna want to add some ice in a pan, which I have right here. I didn't have any ice cubes, so I just froze some water. And I'm gonna put that at the bottom of the oven. That's gonna allow the bread to kind of get a crust on top, so it can be crunchy but then soft on the inside. So you're gonna let that bake for about 10-15 minutes with the ice. Then you're gonna take it out and then let it bake for the rest of the 15 minutes. So here we have our finished French bread or baguette. And as you can see, it is golden brown on top. Kind of crunchy too, but still nice and soft in the middle. Let's give this a taste. I love bread. We could do it though. If the bread is like make some mini sandwiches, or cut up into like cubes to make croutons, or what I did once as a roasted garlic. I mixed it in with the dough, and then it was delicious. Just love the taste of garlic, especially roasted garlic. It was delicious. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also comment down below to what you want me to see do next. And check out my Instagram and my Tumblr, where I'll be posting this recipe and other recipes on there. So go check me out, and I'll see you guys later. Put it onto your baking sheet. Just gonna get small spoonfuls. Just put them right on there.